I'll tell you. I had a boy.
Oh, now you gonna preach to me, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna preach. And you gonna listen!
You're damn right. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to this show on the holiday for some and some for not. I know y'all getting ready. And I say some for not because you know you're going to have that one cousin just got out of the joint, right? He just came uptown. He converted to Islam when he was up in there. And now he gonna want to ask y'all what's in the stuffing because I don't eat pork and all that. Then he gonna start preaching about the devil and all this other stuff. So get ready. You know you already got, and you got the one aunt that's gonna put everybody business out. If y'all are going to the celebration, things is kind of tight right now. As far as money-wise inflation, you know, the world done went upside down. So you know, a lot of us might not be doing that. Now, this year, I had to come out of pocket for the festivities because I just like my mama's cooking, and due to some unforeseen circumstances, I'm unable to travel this day. And so I'm lucky enough to be here with you, putting in my installment for this month of where we end. We're still in November for the month of the this boring segment. It's like we would like to call it here. Now, of course, the title of today's show was The Rise of the Blackout. And check it. So I wanted to come on and just, you know, speak in your ear for a little while, just to give you something to do as an alternative, because there's not a lot going on in the social side of BlackTube this morning. You know, we got all the different sectors that are out there, you know, a lot of the same old back and forth. You know how they do. But we're not here to talk about that. Welcome to the Blackout. You know what? I like that idea. I like the concept of it, and I'm going to run with it. Let me start by first off offering my apologies to anybody that I may have included in on my idea. We are not a monolith, meaning I do not have the right to speak for you and say we are going to do this or we feel this way, you know, and such and so on forth. So I'm going to recap that with some of us might feel like, some of you might like feel like I do, and you decided that you might want to not sound old, but sending your channel in the new direction. So anyway, like I said, man, it makes a lot of sense. You know, these streaming apps, man, cost money. AI tools cost money. Production tools cost money. A lot of this costs money. Now, I don't know about most of you people, but if I was to look at it from a channel standpoint, I'm probably at negative hundreds and hundreds of dollars in the year 2025. Why do I do it? I do it because I love to do it. It's entertaining. It helps me sharpen my skills. And I'm here. Back to the Blackout. Again, I like that idea. So I'm running with it. Now, me, personally, myself, not, you know, now, if some folks decide they want to move things along, then that's fine. Now, y'all already know here we have within the Blackout sector, we have the boring chapter, which I'm also a part of, which means I'm going to try not to have too much excitement on some of my live presentations, right? But I found myself starting out, I was about to say, man, let's start defining the parameters of what the Blackout is. And, you know, let's put it on wax. Let's put it on paper. Then I thought about it. I said, no, because if you got to define it, right, then it's going to get turned into a concept, thereby something people can push against, thereby perpetrating a lot of the old activity that we used to delve in. And we trying to move away from, I'm sorry, not we, speaking that French again, parlez-vous français, je soy, am trying to move away from that, right? So let's keep it going, right? Man, it's funny. And I always like my interactions because they spawn these thoughts and ideas. You know, I woke up one morning on my birthday and decided, man, I'm starting to get a little older, right? Now, of course, old don't mean dead. I kind of feel very, very, very young inside. Lately, my body's been telling me that I'm going to have to pay it some more attention because, you know, not a kid anymore. Back in the days, you know, you're not a kid anymore. You know, so got to be a lot more attentive to the health things. You know, got to get the weight right, exercise, Got to eat right. You got to get your rest in, man. You got to get your mental straight. Can't be stressing. The Queen constantly reminds me of that. So that's kind of part of this whole blackout movement, which is what I'm calling it, the blackout movement. Get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? Not really a sector, but more so a movement, a revolution, something to bring about change, something to inspire, right? So getting older, man, I can't justify some of the things I'm doing, Uh, I like to clown. I like to laugh. I like to make jokes. I like humor. I like to roast. I like all of that. And that's fine and good. You don't want somebody telling you old, so you got to just lay down. You know what I'm saying? However, the flip side of that coin, we are moving into eldership, which means some of us are getting up in years where it's like, we kind of do have to also be the example. There's a yin and there's a yang. Yeah, my granddaddy is a clown, but then when it's time to get serious, he sets me on the knee and then he gives me the lessons in life. And that's what it's all about. So if I'm going to spend my time here, let me make it count, right? I don't want to deal in certain things, right? So first of all, let me explain something here. I had a bit of a skirmish, a bit of a run-in, because I decided to clarify myself, which is also going to stop happening in 2026. Man don't have to explain itself to nobody. Let me tell you something, right? I want this on wax. I choose the topics I want to discuss and when. I be damned. The same way I said we are not a monolith, I'm not telling you what to do. Nobody's going to ever tell me what I'm going to be talking about, which topics I need to address, when I need to address it, what time I need to go on, how I need to talk about it, and what I need to own up to while I'm doing so. That's just not going to happen. And the reason why I refuse to continue, going back and forth on the internet with fools and derelicts who have nothing else better to do, which is the key to it all. You understand? That pendulum swings both ways. It's they swing it your way, then you got to respond. You swing it back their way, then they got to respond. Yo, I'm telling you, back to that age thing again, I'm just getting a little older and getting a little more tired of that. And it's not enjoyable for me. I'm all down for the roast. I'm all down for humor, like to have that key, like to come on and make people laugh and inspire them, me through my music. Now you'll hear, sometimes folks will tell you, yeah, I want to do that, but it's boring and it don't get a lot of views and it don't, and such and such. Check this out, man. You're a grown ass man. If is internet clout your thing? I mean, really though, it points to something. I mean, if you're validated in the real world, i.e., you got your mate, you got your offspring, you got your grandkids, you got your career, you got your life. Those are some things that really point to the fact that you do true indeed exist. Now, as you get older, I'm going to speak to you, this the elder side. As you get older, you're going to find that the validation of other men, people, society, what they say is empty. It has no meaning. It doesn't get you anything but a more deeper craving for approval. Unfortunately, some of us can't transcend that, so we have to come here and look for approval. Sometimes we don't have these things in our lives that I mentioned a few minutes ago, so we got to come here and get on the microphone to be bigger, better, and more important here. I heard some scuttle around on BlackTube this morning that a brother had lost out on his following, and maybe, I'm just saying, allegedly was talking about, causing some self-harm or something. Again, that's all rumors and gossip. But if it was, in fact, stated, man, that's like a deeper side of the problem. We're so caught up in this online identity. The sad part about the online identity is when you turn it off, right? It disappears. Like, seriously, you turn this off, you go into Walmart. Don't nobody know your screen name in there. They don't care. You don't get a discount. You don't get a Cash App in the Walmart for any of that. You just some random Negro in Walmart shopping, and here, swipe this and give me the money and get the hell out, pretty much. Right? And now in the real world, outside, your offspring, your legacy, that's your work. You will find as you get older that those things really don't have much substance either. It's really all about why you're on this planet and what you came here to do. You know, if you came here and that is your goal of, hey, I want fruitful offspring, I want them doing well, which I've told y'all in the past, they ain't always going to do well. And sometimes it's just going to be like they make mistakes. And again, you can't have your ego in that. You got to understand that their mistakes is something you have to deal with. And that's part of the growth, right? So like I said, y'all, we getting to a point. Everybody keep talking about how quiet it is around here. It's so quiet. Ain't nobody talking. You hear some chatters on the other side of the wall, which after this month won't exist anymore for me personally. Everybody's quiet and why? You know, it's basically like this, y'all. You know, folks going to want you to engage them with a back and forth. Then when you choose to say nothing, or you choose to be mature, or you choose to go in that new direction, or you choose to do something different, that's going to get ridiculed too. But like I said, like Mr. Derek C. Williams said, you got to let them die on the vine. You know, matter of fact, I plan on the next year to remove the words us and them from my vocabulary, because it ain't no need. There ain't no us and them. It's just us on BlackTube, and that's the end of the story. And here, some of us are part of the Blackout movement, right? Which I will get into more so in a little bit here. So again, man, back and forth gotta stop, you know. And just to let y'all know, you can't debate, fool, or trick me into sacrificing that aforementioned principle. So please stop trying. You can't. There's no old narrative you can recite, right? There's nothing you can say or do that's gonna you know, get me into the middle of that argument. You know what I'm saying? It's the same old tactics, y'all. It's the, well, you did this and you did that. First of all, listen to the voice, right? The person that's telling you what you did. 9 times out of 10, they've done 5 times worse. And if they claim not to, then that's either a fool or a liar, and that's nothing for you to engage in. Then it's like, well, let's say you happen to be, you walk the straight and narrow. You didn't do anything. Well, you were there when other people did it, and you didn't say anything. As though they leave out their front door every morning fighting injustices and crap like they some kind of leotard wearing superhero in the Black community. Man, get out of here with that dumb shit. You know, I'm not engaging in. I'm definitely not engaging in that anymore. That brings on the serious migraine. You know, that whole, it's this kind of weak logic. You know what I'm saying? That it don't really go nowhere. It's not rooted enough, and it doesn't have an answer. It only serves one purpose, and that is to keep you engaging in stupidity, right? Now, what's up with this movement going forward, right? For me, man, it's like this. You know, around this place, everybody called, they say this the Umar sector, it's the Umar sector. Man, Umar dead, yo. Represents an old idea that is no longer relevant. It's nothing there to talk about. You know what I mean? Now, back in the day, it made a whole lot of sense. This whole place began because it was some people that felt one way about the man and his movement. Some people felt another way, and it was some healthy debate back and forth. It eventually grew into a high level of toxicity. And then, you know, people, I don't know, it just got out of hand. And then, you know, new people came around and everybody want to redefine it and call it this and call it that. That's why I'm not here to redefine and not change your name or tell you you got to be something else. This is my own proclamation. You know what I mean? And now the whole Blackout thing that comes from this, you know, idea of a meeting. I believe some of y'all had, I got enlightened to the facts of that meeting. I didn't understand it at first. I used to say, you know, slur it and talk about it, but I understand y'all want certain things. Some of you want better for yourself on here. You know, you want to come on without fear of retaliation, threats, attack. You want to come on here and know that you can speak into your microphone you paid for in the house where you pay the utility bills, say what you got to say, and know that you ain't going to go to work Tuesday morning and get called into HR because somebody got some tissue paper ass feelings or some kind of mental illness, whereas though they feel the need to take it all out into the 4th dimension. So I feel you. I support that idea. I agree with that because I want to come on here too and enjoy. You know, like I said, some of us are at the birthday party. Most of us are having a good time playing games, eating cake, pinning the tail on a donkey, ice cream. Some of us just sitting at the party in the corner frowning. You know what I mean? We can't have fun. We can't enjoy ourselves, right? So like I said, man, the Umar thing, I mean, you know, if folks want to hold on to the title and keep it going, that's fine, man. you know. But I say this, you know what I mean? A movement or idea or a sector for that matter, you know, starts with one person. You know what I mean? So if you want to, I keep quoting y'all over and over again, that great advice y'all gave me 4 years ago was like, hey, don't talk about the change, be the change. Now, of course, the naysayers will say, what you talking about it now. Of course, this is, you know, it's my speech. It's going to be that. And guess what? If they say it, I'll never hear it. The only way I'm going to hear it is if I happen to run into you on the panel, which, by the way, in 2026, I'm going to get to that, man. It's going to be far, far and in between. I call those kind of panels hostile panels. You know, they function on the over sensationalism of weak topics and content to generate monetary gain. I will not be a part of anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying now, if you want to be a man or a woman and you want to have an adult conversation, I'm all with that. You know, we can get on here, we can chop it down, we can confab, we can go back and forth, you know, with each other in an adult, mature manner and a respectful way. You know, have some nice dialogue without all the insults and the slurs and the name call, you know, the petty stuff, man. This basically the stuff that you wouldn't do in real life, but for some reason with the anonymity, y'all know I can't say that word, with the microphone, you tend to engage in it a lot more. So guess what? Not really doing that, man. Change start with one person. It start with you. So again, not on here for no clout. I don't know how many people watching this right now. You know, my little pad, which I use as a monitor, refuses to let me see what my own live looks like. I don't know why, y'all, but it's not kicking up for me. And I guess if I click on videos, I don't know. I just kind of came in off the top of my head with this, so I don't know what it's saying or what's going on with it. But hey, we're here anyway. And eventually I'll drop the link, man. We got a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? This is my only day off, y'all. Like I said, I had used up some personal time there throughout the year. And you know, like we just gotta push through to the calendar reset. You know, some of y'all know about that. You know what it is. Well, I get a lot of time in my job, but you know, I was taking it easy, man, for personal reasons. You know what I mean? Getting some things done in life. So again, man, individual, you know, you pay a lot for the streaming. And y'all know StreamYard costs a lot. I don't know. I had a little never mind, I don't want to talk about StreamYard. But there it is. Bottom line, though, see, here's the thing, man. It's like this. I was talking to a brother this morning online, and I said, you know, sometimes you wake up in the morning, you decide you want to, you know, you want to be the change. You want to make a change. You want to do something different. Now, I talked about this and saying some people don't want you to change. They want you to stay the same because it supports their goal. You know what I mean? In other words, if you don't go, oh, by the way, welcome to everybody that's here. Welcome, Mikey, Speakeasy, brother of a certain age, conscious energy, and I don't give a F. Got you. So they don't want you to change. They want you to be the same. How many of y'all in y'all life, you know, you decided you wanted to do something different? Some of y'all, I hate using the hood as an example. A lot of us ain't get raised in no hood. I just happen to be one that was there. And I remember, man, in my life, it was like that. It was like you wanted to be cool, but at the same time, you wanted to be, you know, you wanted to be successful. I knew I was always intelligent as a kid. You know, when I got into ninth grade, it was like my English teacher pulled me up the first day, man. I had my little bob on. He pulled me to the side. I said something. He said, man, look, let me tell you, all that slick stuff ain't going to get you through life. Of course, I was rebelling because I thought I was slick or thorough, as we used to say back in the day. I ain't want to change that. You know, I went to the military, eventually came home, and one of my dear cousins, rest her soul, she said to me, she said, yo, man, you different. I want the old you back. I want the other you I grew up with, you know, and it struck me because I was in my pro-black radical phase at that point, you know, and she wanted the old me to stay the same old way, you know what I mean, which she wanted to do, you know, but I don't know. I mean, I can't really say, you know, I mean, funny thing is with her, she went to school and she came back, you know, she was a full-on lesbian. In the life, I'm like, well, you changed. You did a whole 180 in yours. And I'm not telling you, you got to keep letting men use and abuse you. You got a girl now. I ain't telling you to stop, you know, But that's how it is. You know, people don't understand. You grow. You know what I mean? You get to a point where you just want to do something different. You know, you want to move on. The homies, when you come back home on leave, you know, they want to stand out on the corner. They want to, you know, be out there in the mix. And you got to understand, one police ride, you could have some issues. Man, I'm going to tell you something. I had a homeboy. I hadn't seen this dude in like 35 years, man. I tracked down his mom's because me and his mom's was cool and everything. And I talked to him on the phone. He's like, man, come on, let's watch the game sometime. Let's do something, whatever, right? So, man, I get down there, right, and I ain't seen his mother. I love his mother, man, because that's one of the few women that actually put that strap on me, man. She hit me with that extension cord, because we was down at y'all ever seen them older black women that be having like high blood pressure, sugar, and migraines and menopause and all this stuff? Man, that dear sweet woman had it all, son. She had it all. And man, it would be hot. I'm talking about them hot days, you know, ghetto row house, no AC. You got the metal fan, and it's like it's a 90 degrees outside and it's 104 inside, you know, type thing. So we was down in the kitchen playing WWF wrestling. Y'all might know about that's the original WWF, Baltimore Civic Center, Chief J Strongbow, the Iron Sheik, Junkyard Dog, the Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson, you know, tag teaming. That was an old original wrestling. Bob Backlund, who was my personal favorite because he did that Greco-Roman style. And that was real wrestling. I don't care what y'all say. When Bob Backlund did it, that was Greco-Roman. Anyway, so we down there in the kitchen, boom, boom, we hitting the floor, we hitting the refrigerator, rocking, boom, boom, boy. Miss Cannon there, her head, you could see her head dropping. She said, yo, man, y'all gotta stop all that damn noise. You know what I mean? She said, y'all know I got a migraine, my sugar, my pressure up, you know. So she went upstairs. We kept on boom, boom, boom. We down there hitting the wrestling move, you know, down there with the Heart Foundation. Boom. Yo. Miss Kane down there told us line our asses up, boy. She swapped me twice. And it wasn't even me wrestling. She swapped us twice with that extension cord. Bruh. Man, my thighs heated up. Boy, I thought she pulled kerosene in a match. But anyway, the point is, I loved her and I wanted to see her, you know. So I get down there, you know, homeboy. I went stopping Royal Farm, got me some chicken. I say, how you doing, miss? I'm hugging her and stuff. Oh my God, you know, whatever. So he talking about, come on, man, let's go. I ain't even get to eat my chicken, sit with this lady for 5 minutes. This fool want to stand out on the street, standing out there. Dude, you was older than me. You like 60. What are we doing here? I said, man, I gotta go, yo. He like, yo, what's up, man? What, you some kind of monk or something? My point is, y'all, I had a lot more to lose. I done had homies tell me, you know, you man, you ain't got no prize. You'll get out on your own reconnaissance. No, dummy, I don't want to go to jail at all. Do you get it? So my whole point is that some people don't evolve. You know what I mean? They still with the shenanigans. He's still arguing over who his mother like his brother better than he do. Yo, y'all is 60 living with this woman. Like, goddamn, get out of her house, have a life. You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to be judgmental. It just is what it is. In other words, I don't fit into that no more. What I look like walking in some neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? And he on some shenanigans, you know. Anyway, so the point is, you know, he called me talking about, man, I'm saying, yo, I wasn't trying to, you know, whatever. Call him, he not answering the phone. Now he done stepped off to the left. I guess he offended. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean, what I'm going to do, right? So in other words, some people, you know, they don't want you to change. They don't want you to evolve because of support they think. That wasn't the best example for that. But you'll have that, man. You want to go on, you want to study, you want to go to school, you want to get training, you know, and your friends, they want you to stay where they at. You know what I mean? So, hey, it is what it is, man. We all make choices in life. I'm making a choice right now, you know, trying to do what I got to do, you know. But you got to understand the people on social media, that's a whole different realm, you know. They got to keep you locked in because without the old narratives, the whole machine grinds to a halt. It stops. It don't move no more. You know what I mean? The pendulum stops swinging when you decide you want to take your ball and go over here and start a new game. You understand? So that's what I'm trying to. Matter of fact, I got news flash. I said 2026. I done already started this 6 months ago. You know what I mean? Then already I come on here. If I put up something, a post, you already know you about to laugh. You might end up laughing at yourself because you might be on the screen, but you know, at the end of the day, it's not a personal attack on you. It's hopefully it was to make you laugh at yourself. laugh at me. I even put my own self in the video. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. Some of us are human beings, right? We have a decent, well-balanced life, and we like to laugh sometimes. Not to the point where we laughing at somebody's downfall, or we gonna kick you in your teeth when you humbling yourself in front of us, or nothing like that. We just don't want to keep dealing in the bullshit. And I got this idea from the members of the Blackout. Excuse me. They said that's what they wanted to do. Hey, shit, whatever happened to that idea? Why didn't it move forward? Why didn't it keep going? I'm all with that. The only thing is, though, I don't want to do nothing organized on a level where I don't want it to be a us versus them thing. I don't deal in, sides to that degree. I kind of like the idea of, hey, if you about this new thing right here, or if you about this type of shenanigans, then come over here and join us. I remember the man asking Mother Teresa, can she come speak? He had this radio station, man. I got, 800,000 listeners, and I want you to speak out and talk against the war and, inspire these people. And Mother Teresa looked at him in his face and she said, nah, man, I can't speak against the war. And he was like, well, I don't get it. I thought she said, nah, but I can speak for peace, So do you understand? In other words, the woman was wise, insightful. She's saying you can't fight against something, but you can stand for something. You know what I mean? So you ain't gotta fight against them, and they gotta fight against you, and you gotta stomp them out, and you gotta organize and block them out. You can simply choose to disengage, which is anybody has the power. I was about to say something, because every time I go to say something, an experience I had, it references back to an individual, and I don't want to do that. Because again, you gotta stop feeding the beast. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, folks ain't gonna let you change. You know what I mean? And if you did go to jail, I said earlier, and if you did become a Muslim and you took up a new lifestyle and you came home and got back with your baby mom and got right with your kids, hallelujah. You understand what I'm saying? I seen a lot of brothers do that. I got one of my personal friends from the neighborhood. That's what he did. He's one of the biggest activists in the city now. But you're going to always have that auntie over there talking about Jesus is the only one. You know what I mean? She's sitting there. She going to talk down on you. She going to say why you got that garb on and all of this. Again, that's right in your own family. These people, see, in other words, so when you look this older woman in her face, who is an elder, but she's demanding your respect while she sits there and ridicules and berates you in front of your kids. And if you look at it and you say, damn, would you rather me just go back to being a Christian and going out here robbing and selling dope and shooting people? Or is you good with me now, the way I am? You know what I mean? But see, that's the whole point. If you can't do it her way, the way she wants you to do it, mind you, she sits up in church 3 times a week with 98.9% of the people in there not following none of the rules that they got set forth in their own book, but she can point at you, whereas her whole New Testament talks about not judging people. Matthew 7:1 talks about not judging people throughout the whole theme of the work. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to feel bad because she don't want you to change, man. You got to understand that's people's egos. Anybody with any wisdom understands that the one constant in this universe is change. Nothing persists eternally except for change, which is an idea, but it don't stop. It never stops. So I'm good with you. Even if you do ask my mama what's in the spaghetti. Now I'm going to correct you on that. As one of the brothers that walked in your faith before, I done been on that train as well. You know what I'm saying? I used to get the looks from my family and all this and that. But it is what it is, man. They don't want you. They want you to be the old you. They want you knocking people in the head, going to jail, out here selling dope, destroying your community. Now you're an upright citizen. You got your faith. You pray more times, 5 times a day. You on your knees praying more than they ever did. But like I said, man, it's not so much. The ridicule and them shaming you for your beliefs is because they are ashamed of who they are. You got to understand that. They can't elevate. She's not good at her religion, so she gonna put and tear down yours. For y'all brothers that's ever been through that. You know what I mean? Because it's funny, when you come around the family, religion always got to come up as a topic. When you there, nobody was talking about football. They was talking about politics. They was talking about everything else. The minute you show up, here he go with them bean pies. You know what I mean? Which has nothing to do. You're not even in that sect of Islam, but they talking about some bean pies with the slurs. But it's all good though, man. You know, you got to push on because as a man, a man, you got to stand up and do what's right for you and yours, and for yourself. You know what I mean? You can't let somebody dictate you and keep and hold you down, and to getting you to do what they want to do. Now, I could come on here, right, and talk about the topics of the day, whatever. But like I said, when I look out my window, man, I see a lot going on in government, a lot going on in my community. Matter of fact, right now, the state's attorney, who, by the way, I'm gonna say single-handedly dropped the murder rate in my city and brought the crime rate down. The murder, I don't think people kill each other no more around here too much. Not too often now. I mean, it was like a body a day. He done took care of that. He trying to reach out to the mayor and talk to him because he got questions about some of the corrupt organizations, street organizations in our city that are ineffective. And the man won't even respond. Talking about I talked to him early, but he ducking them out. You know what I mean? Just nonsense. But anyway, y'all keep on voting for every time you see a black face without checking the background. But anyway, that's politics, local stuff. Y'all don't know nothing about that. You don't live around here. Ain't no point in going into that. But the point is that it's a lot more going on out into the world. Welcome, Carrie. I know you're here somewhere. I can't see you. I don't know why YouTube trying to keep us apart, but they got us blocked. And you ain't blocked nowhere on mine. I don't know what it is. And of course, I don't think they have no email. But don't some of y'all got a direct line to YouTube? Y'all know people at Google. Well, can y'all call up and ask them why I can't see Carrie in these chats? Anyway, because I don't want her to get a complex thinking I'm ignoring her or something. I can see Bugsy though, but I can't see Carrie. But anyway, moving on. Yo, man, shit. Go ahead and do what you gotta do, man. Live your life. Because you only got one, and it's your life. That's why they call it that. And speaking of that, people that want to hold you in place, man, they want to keep you in the past. Yo, the past is dead. The past is dead. Dwelling in the past keeps us in a place, a stagnant place as a community, a people, a society. You know what I'm saying? We can't move forward, with nothing. A lot of y'all got brilliant minds and deep insights, and I would like to hear more about that. I really enjoy the discourse and the back and forth with these type things. And I really do. I really do. So I want to see more into you as a people. I know some of y'all is good at roasting and good at all that, the back and forth, man. Y'all mastered that. You mastered it. You got your black belt in that. I just want to see what else we can talk about instead of dealing with the narcissist that runs around here all the time, demanding accountability. You got to be held accountable. You got to be, I don't know about you, but I didn't see anything around here called YouTube police where, you got to be taken to trial and you did something wrong 8 years ago, but, I did something wrong, but such and such. And welcome, Rhea. Welcome. Black by Design. Welcome. So, it's your choice, though. You can engage or not engage. 2026, I'm no longer engaging in that, whether it's here or I'm traveling abroad. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, my plan is simple. Under the new Blackout movement, not disparaging black people as a group anymore or as a singularity. No more. Welcome, Philly Live. Welcome, Miss Murph, aka Fufu. Right? I'm gonna tell y'all what that means one day. It has to do with being mother of something. It's a Arabic word, mom, mother. Anyway, long story. So, not doing that, man. I think we got it hard enough. I think we the hardest on ourselves. I think they've made that a national pastime, kicking black folks in the ass. So I don't want to be part of that no more. You know what I mean? Whether it's one of you or all of you or a group or a section not doing it. You know what I mean? We too weak as a group to be eating ourselves up from the inside. So I'm gonna let the dummies have that one. And you didn't keep on with that. You can't be pro-black and anti-black at the same time. It don't work. It sounds stupid. Not doing it. You know what I mean? Also, if I engage in a conversation with you and you start speaking of yourself in third person, I just want to let you know, can you please let me speak to you directly and not your imaginary friend? And that includes any fairies you might have on your shoulders. I'm not doing that shit. You talking about just who am I speaking to? You should have a doctor about that shit, man. What whose shoes, who drawers you got on? I mean, you talking about, because Tony not gonna put up with this because Tony, he don't like where the F is Tony and who are you? I thought I was talking to Tony. Bruh, come on, man. Get over that shit. You're not that big. All right, where you get to have the imaginary friends. What are they on another dimension? Is it the what are we doing? Multi-universe theory here? On a quantum level? I don't know, man. Explain that to me. Right? Also, man, no narratives before the end of 2025. I'm entertaining anymore. Yo, if it happened in this year and I'm in next year, man, that shit's called last year, yo. Last year. I'm not doing that. No more. Why? Don't need it's just not interesting. It's just when it's old, it's old. Now, I guess an occasional reference, if it supports the context of the conversation, maybe, kinda, sorta, maybe. We could go in that, but 5-6 years ago, nah. To use it as a defensive point to try to diminish your character or besmirch your personality or something like that, no, because we all have done things wrong in our lives. We all have committed errors in the past, and there's no need to keep beating it. Everybody should have a chance at starting anew. Everybody should have a chance at getting another shot at being better. If that was the case, we would never evolve. We'd still be hunter-gatherers out on the Western African plains, fighting with other primates and predators, just trying to scratch out a living. But now we are conscious. We are conscious people. We did that step in evolution, and here we are. So we definitely can move forward with things. And absolutely, finally, no troll zone. Yo, if I'm having a conversation, it's going to be a conversation. All of the trolling and I'm playing and I'm joking and I'm trolling and I'm no, that's going to be a hard no. Again, I need to talk to you, not your resident, not your representative, not your super ego, not your imaginary friend, not the furry puppet. I need to talk to you, and you got to figure at some point, if you 55 or 64 years old, you as an old ass troll is probably not a good look. Unless, your whole channel and you're a comedian, then maybe. But guess what? There's a time when we're going to laugh, and there's a time when we're not going to laugh, and sometimes just not. Again, man, it's just some of my plans and ideas for 2026, which means I got a whole another month to clown and get it off. So I dropped the link. Again, I know this isn't the type of content that most engage in. I usually roll with about 11 or 12 people in the chat. But again, man, we're just trying to bring about some new changes. Believe it or not, I'm going to tell y'all something. It's not about the numbers. You understand? It's not about them numbers. It's about the quality of the people that you engage with. You know what I'm saying? Who you're engaging with. What the topic is about. I know as a society, you know what I'm saying, when you deal into the negativity, like if we want to sit here and talk about people's personal lives and legal problems and stuff like that, that makes great sensational content. And there are a lot of people that love to wallow. But again, you got to find your own voice and find your own way and decide what it is you want to speak about. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. There's a super amount of ton of YouTube channels and content creators and members and things like that. Because trust me when I tell you, if you keep pumping your message, the people will show up. If you want 20 and 30 people because maybe you have a design for that, maybe you just want your chat to move, or you want to do a call and response with your chat, just keep with your message. Keep it going. Welcome, Rico Reports Show. Keep it going. Keep pumping. And sure enough, man, you'll get to where you need to be. Again, I came on. I ain't have a lot to say this morning. I know. You said new here, came in my feed. Yeah, somebody's pumping me. Because hell, I think this morning I had 4 new subs just by walking around YouTube Avenue. So yeah, Rico, I'm just on here talking about, new ideas, new things to do in 2026. There was a bit of a movement starting. It kind of stalled out a bit. A lot of things on YouTube have gotten completely out of hand, or what have you. Whereas You know, people, you come on, you do your commentary. Folks can't disagree agreeably. So next thing you know, your job is getting called, your life is being threatened, drones are showing up at your house, pictures of your house is getting circulated on the internet, your kids school is getting shown. I mean, just a lot of stupidity and nonsense. You know what I mean? Last year we've experienced where some YouTube stuff got out of hand and somebody ended up with their whole cerebral cortex and the cerebellum out on the sidewalk. You know what I mean? And we don't want to get to the point where emotions, which is energy and motion, get to the point where it causes bodily harm. Or, we don't want to see people, losing their livelihood. Man, who wants to face a foreclosure because you had an opinion or an idea on YouTube, or you dared to welcome to the panel. Hold on. Oh, it's welcome, lady. How you doing?
Hey, T.M.K.
Hey, I see another person here. I ain't good with the banners and stuff, so I'm trying to figure out how to do a blackout. How do you vet a person that you've never seen before?
Well, I can't help you, so I'll be quiet.
Yeah, no doubt. So whoever you are, I didn't even see. Was there a person in the chat called Hip Hop Digital?
No.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that gets me when you just pop up. When you pop up on the panel, and then you say, I just want to come up on there. I ain't said one word in the chat. So we're going to go ahead and cruise on that, whoever that is, man. Let's just let it be known in the chat, because I don't have that whole banner overlay thing going, so.
Finally, somebody worse with StreamYard than me.
Yeah, well, it's not, you know what? I just don't have it loaded. Like, I never had the need to load an album cover to let people up on the channel.
Well,
I got all
kinds of just share a screen and just maximize that screen for a lazy banner. Guess
what? I feel so silly. That's my own video that's sitting there. That's not a it's actually the video I uploaded.
Oh, now that's man. Hilarious.
Yo,
oh yeah.
I guess it's my imaginary friend.
So I came up here real quick to see if I could figure out. We're gonna look at this together. We're gonna look at my block list.
Oh yeah. I've been all up and down the studio. I've been everywhere. I even put you on as a mod to see if it would but I still can't see. It must have been something I'm trying to think. Did I click on something in the past, like a comment? Did I block a comment and it somehow triggered some event? I swear I don't know. I don't know. I was just hoping if we take a look at it, because I'm guessing it's somehow my fault. You know what I mean? Yeah, because then when you go into YouTube Studio, then you go into settings, and then you go into manage permissions, and usually it's like a group inside of that. It'll show everybody that you have blocked. But the fact that usually I don't want to say, if you block somebody, usually you can't see their comments, and it's usually both ways. Right. Yeah. So. But you can't even see me in StreamYard, right? I couldn't see you in the comment section. I'm gonna see if we can get to the bottom of this since you live. Hold on, I'm pulling it up now. Oh wow, look at that. We actually made this into now we're moving into the text section of the commentary. Well, it's more like the desperation section. So you could ignore me and talk what you was talking about. But yeah, I was just going ahead and pull this up right quick. Cause I can't take it no more. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, I got it pulled up. Welcome, beautiful. I got plenty of people blocked. Oh, so you can see them all then? Yeah. Okay, you're on a different. Oh, okay. All right, these are the people I got blocked. You can see it. Yeah, it's not. I'm on an auxiliary monitor, so this one has a different resolution. Let me turn around. You should see how this studio is. I'm in my voiceover setup talking. So okay, go ahead, take your time. Oh, there it is. Oh wow, look at that. Fancy. I used to have 2 monitors. Then I quit my job. Y'all didn't fire me. I quit. I can use David, my TV as the second monitor, but I just haven't bothered. Now, David, if you believe that, huh? Whatever you say, Otis. I'm the best thing that happened to this damn school. What y'all ain't stupid. Ain't nobody teaching like me.
Dude, I was just tired. No, they ain't doing. I mean, it's a very difficult job.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I come from a family of educators. Trust me.
Yeah, I feel like I put in my time. I just needed a break, man. Okay, you can see that good.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
listed.
Well, it's a bunch of. You think that's all I got?
Oh damn! Oh my god! Oh snap! Damn! She got the whole black too. There it is. T.M.K. Right?
Where?
Is it? Okay, hold on. No, that says tricks or something. I don't know. No, it wouldn't have just said no T.M.K. anyway. It would have had the whole name. Wow.
I got people on here blocked I didn't even know was blocked.
It's like they said something back in 1983 and you just like
or they kept harassing me over a nigga that don't even want them. Yeah, that's my whole block list. So you're not on my block list.
That is crazy. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll write to YouTube if I can figure out how to do that. That's funny with them. Everything is AI and automated. It's
YouTube
just
ain't dealing with us. You're gonna have to put on a dress and dance around or some shit if you want some attention from YouTube. They don't deal with straight. Let me stop.
I gotta get a strike or something. I don't know.
I don't even think they care about our strikes. So hold on, let me see. I know it's one other way you could block people. It's like through your actual Google account. So I'm gonna pull that up real quick. You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh well, I'm gonna show you because I suspect maybe that's how you got me blocked. So I'm gonna show you, okay?
Yeah,
As soon as I remember how to do it. Okay, here we go.
Speakeasy said, "Damn, Carrie."
I get a lot of hate, Speakeasy. I'm not beloved like yourself. I got a vagina, so people be mad.
Speak ain't got nobody blocked.
He don't have to. Oh, you waiting on me? I guess you can't talk while I'm up here.
No, I can. I'm sorry. I was all off in the outer space talking to my imaginary friend in the third person. So
I'll be doing that. How do you celebrate Thanksgiving?
Not really. I will eat though, but
what's the difference?
I don't know.
Ain't that the whole holiday?
There. Food over there. I'm there. I'm like, I don't care. Kwanzaa, 4th of July, the 5th of July, Juneteenth. Hey, you cooking?
Well, that's like I heard a comedian say his family was like, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We just get dressed up and eat candy. It's like, bitch, that is Thanksgiving. What you talking about? Yeah. That's the whole holiday. What?
Yeah, it's just a lot of people kind of broke these days, so they not. I noticed. I was saying the other day. I said, damn, I remember I couldn't go to enough 4th of July cookouts because people getting mad. Why you ain't come to mine? Now it's like, man, 4th come and go. That's just a day off. Ain't nobody. I don't get no invitations. You know, people is like, you know, you start doing them $500, $700, $800 parties. You got shrimp and Hennessy.
Yeah.
That shit's expensive. A bunch of Negroes will come over, eat and go home. Don't bring nothing. Want to take 8 plates for people that ain't there.
Well, you know, I got a Mexican friend, right? And this is true with Chinese people too, but not to the extent of like Mexican people. Like, other people. Well, it's in America. If you throw a party, I should just say because it's not really a black thing. Because I don't think white people do that either. But countries that have money, like if you expect people to come to your house for a party, you feed them. But like my Mexican friends, that all their parties are potlucks.
Yeah.
Like every party is like everybody got to bring food. Like they don't have money like that to like the idea of like burdening the host of the party with providing hundreds if not thousands of dollars worth of food. Like if you come over there to their party without it, just so y'all know, right? If you got some poor friends from Mexico and they invite you to a party, they don't expect you to show up like black people with empty Tupperware ready to...
No doubt. I got a lot of yeah. No, I said I got a lot of Mexican homies too. I'm gonna tell y'all another something too, man. My Mexican friends are from like Arizona, LA, you know, San Diego. Yo, when you stay in a house, I literally like would stay there. Like, yo, when you get real Mexican food from a real Mexican person, yo, when you go to restaurants, you be in a Mexican restaurant, like, what the hell is this? Like, yo, this ain't no Tex-Mex. This is Tex-Mex. Like, what's going on? So, yo, when you get that real, yo, it do something to you. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to go back. But yeah, it's true. It's always a bunch of pots and crockery and stuff they rolling up with. Of course, me, I'm just like Coronas because I ain't got no food. I can't bring that. I can't add to y'all repertoire here, but I can stop and get like 4 cases of Coronas,
Yeah,
which
that's
is a
all that's what I always used to do.
that's
I'm going to
universal.
Thanksgiving tonight. I used to bring liquor, but like it's a couple of people that's sober, so I had to bring something. I really don't though, because I don't have kids. So they don't really be tripping. I'm just taking some punch this year. I'm taking a new punch.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I feel like they've been humoring me with my last punch. So I said, oh, let me step it up. They think I'm playing. So I'm bringing a fancier punch this year.
with some liquor in it.
Nah, I wish, but nah, you can't. You can't.
It's going to end up with liquor in it.
Well, selectively, yeah. But I know my first Thanksgiving I spent with them, which was like over 10 years ago. I just brought the big Hennessy thinking I was doing what you're supposed to do as a Black person. And they whisked that shit away into the other room. I was like, oh, this not that type of part. Okay, I see.
Damn. I'm showing up with some potato salad with some raisins and pine cones and
So you
some
don't
chopped
never get actually
apples
cook again,
and
right?
some grapes in it and some paint chips.
Dude, I know this
So
shit is on here somewhere. I'm sorry it's taking me so long. This is why I'm
no, it's
doing
good.
it backstage because
It's all
it's
good.
like don't nobody even want to dox me, but the handmaidens be like, "Oh, she's so stupid." See, so let me just go ahead and try to do this the right way. Let me see. What else? So, yeah, I'm kind of like I'm glad. I put together my Christmas list this year that I'm gonna debut this weekend for like the Black Christmas shopping. But I'm really feeling all the people boycotting Christmas this year because of all the high prices.
Yeah, no diggity.
I think it's a really good idea. The materialism is out of control anyway.
It's off the chart.
Yeah, I knew you would be on board with that. I saw this YouTube video a few days ago where they were showing like they had this baby, right? And they would hand the baby a toy and like a household item at the same time to see what the child prefers. Because I don't know if you got grandkids. Toys are hella expensive this year because of all of the tariffs on China.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, a doll that would have been like $5 last year is like $20, like way higher than it need to be. So this YouTube channel had just took like this baby and gave it like a doll and some car keys at the same. Like basically, kids don't even like toys.
They play with the boxes, the toys. Babies, infants play with the boxes the toys came in.
Well, we know, yeah,
Like,
right. We know they love boxes, but even kids that play with toys, like they have too many toys because toys are cheap. And I don't have kids, and even I know that. Like kids with families, families with kids end up with like 75 crates worth of toys, and kids don't even really enjoy those toys. It's such a waste of money.
yep. All that nonsense started in 1945 when they invented the television. Before that, it was all about cooking, family, getting together, just praying for the year or whatever. Good for whatever. It was all about just coming together. I always talk about that one time President Carter was talking about his Christmas. He said, I got two oranges, and my sister, she had some peanuts and she
Wow.
had a peach. And they were sitting there talking about the fruit they was just having. The house smelled really good and the fire's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, damn, what about the racetrack? What about I'm like, but then again, like I said, when they figured out the television, they could, and then it came to commercial, they started marketing like breakfast cereal. When they realized they could put a prize in it and make kids beg their parents for it, it became a new thing. You know what I mean? So it's funny. And they've been like manipulating and controlling us or trying to ever
Okay, I
since.
found it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the consumerism is crazy. I remember when we used to have Saturday morning cartoons and like the cartoons would teach you how to harass your parents.
Yep.
They would like have you showing you how to throw a fit and everything. And I think they still do that. But I remember actually like acting that shit out. Like I remember the cartoon teaching me how to throw a tantrum and shit. It's wild. So that point you raised, I know my granny and them said they used to make their presents. Like her mom would make her a doll.
Yeah.
And then she would sew her own little clothes for it. And she said that like she loved those dolls way more.
Yeah,
Because it
it
was
was
like personalized. Yeah.
it was enough. You know what I mean? It was enough. Just the day off, the candy, the food. It was enough. You know, like I said, we've been. I don't know what happened. We done went from that from the $12.99 baby that away into a $1,500 iPhone. You know, so
Right. And
it's
I can tell you, I ain't even gonna hold you. I did buy my goddaughter a like $1,200 iPhone. But that was for
all
her
good.
sweet 16. That was for her sweet 16. And she's such a good kid. But
Yeah.
whereas mine, I'd be like, where I could get one used, you know, for the kids. That is where they get you, you know what I'm saying? But mind you, she real bougie and she had this old ass iPhone. That shit didn't make no sense, you know. Anywho, let me quit making excuses for my conspicuous consumption. I'm not gonna hold you, like I never really was good at the concept of Christmas. I remember one year my mom thought I was like such a jerk because she gave me like this little toy catalog and was like, circle what you want out of here, right? And again, I swear like I'm some type of autist or whatever. I mean, I'm just joking, but only kind of, you know, because I didn't really have no concept of like money or anything. I must have been in like the 4th or 5th grade, right? So she gave me this whole catalog and was like, circle what you want. So I circle everything. Right. And so she took it as me being greedy, like you got to give me everything to be happy, like a parent would, when I wasn't really realizing she meant select the things you want me to buy with my hard-earned money. I was just like, do I like it or not? It was like I was looking at it like, hated it, you know what I'm saying? Like what looks cool? I don't know. But she thought I really meant like I wouldn't be happy unless she bought me every toy. It was like, that's not what I meant, but I didn't get it. You know, I was real, you know, naive and shit. I ain't know. So I say that to say, like, as a public school teacher, I really did learn how difficult and like soul crushing Christmas is for parents that don't have a lot of money. And it really you know, put a bad taste in my mouth for actual poor families. Christmas for those parents, it's a horrible time of year. It's like all
Yes.
this guilt and shame and expectation, and it's horrible.
Shit. I don't know how my mother. Well, no, they had layaway back then, so
Yeah.
you know she pulled. Man, I support that woman every day I live because it's like I don't know how she did it. Like it was Easter's, it was birthdays, Christmas. Like you wouldn't have known. You couldn't tell we was poor, but we
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So she made it happen, and then and I thought you was gonna say when you was telling the story. You know how your parents would hide the presents, and you would you up in the attic and closets up climbing on roofs trying to figure out. I remember one year it was like
No,
in
I would
plain
never
sight
do
in the
that, dude. I
basement.
was such an honest kid. Yeah, I would never do
And
something like
and
that.
I'm in
Yeah.
the basement, literally like playing with the toys, like, yes, oh my God, a pinball machine. I'm down there going
You
off.
didn't even know.
And
Yeah,
Christmas
right.
morning, that stuff was none of it was there. I said, what the hell? You know, her and her
Wait, did
friends
you sneak or
switched.
you didn't understand you weren't supposed to see them?
Well, I wasn't supposed to, but at the
But did you
same time,
understand? Yeah.
well, yeah, I did, but I was like,
Okay,
why is
okay.
it in plain view? That's the part that got me. Like, it was no effort to hide it. Like, we didn't play in the basement anyway, but it was
Right,
down
right,
there.
right,
So
right.
I'm like, yo, look what's down here. And then her and her friend had switched the gifts. So that wasn't even our stuff. So we were still
Oh,
surprised.
wow, that's so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember,
they would do that.
yeah, I remember my mom's friend had hid some presents over at my house, and I remember my mom telling her friend she didn't really have to hide stuff from me because I was so square, like I just wouldn't even.
Wow.
Um, yeah, no, I was more bad. Like I've been roasting people since I was a little kid, but I didn't even know that's was a thing. I just was always like brutally honest or whatever. Like I was just
Oh,
rude.
you was one of them.
Yeah, I was a little truth teller, so that was like my main thing. But I never would like sneak and do bad things. You know, it wouldn't even occur to me.
You you the one walk up to your aunt asking, where's Uncle Rodney, knowing that's her side man.
Or I wouldn't get the concept that you shouldn't talk about it. I would just be like,
Oh,
so Yeah, like that. I was that, or like I would be like, this food is nasty. You know what I'm saying? Over somebody's house. Like
Oh,
I was that kid, but I ain't
out of
know.
the
Like I was
mouths of
innocent. Yeah,
babes.
I ain't know. I
Yeah, boy. That was a don't you get over here. Don't ask for nothing to eat, man. And you know Miss Only going the first thing she gonna say, I got some. Y'all hungry? Y'all shit, man. You gonna be mad. I'm sorry. I'm eating everything this woman got. I remember Bernie Mac said that I was laughing. I was dying laughing because we used to go through that. And mother would be like, because it embarrasses her. Like you ate breakfast at home. Man, it's
Yeah.
10:47. Like, yo, it's 2 hours later. This woman got something I didn't have. She got a different kind of cereal. I mean, it's going down.
Right,
Whatever.
right. Well, I
I'll
will
take the
tell you,
dirty
like,
look.
now I did get in trouble a lot for telling people their food was nasty, but mind you, like, my mom is an exceptionally good cook and she make everything from scratch like me. So when people would offer me food and it wasn't like to what I was used to, you know, um, I would let them know, like, you're supposed to use fresh tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this tastes
Not
canned. Like,
fresh.
why does
No.
spaghetti sauce taste like this? I ain't know no better though. It was something wrong with me. So yeah, I just got used to people being upset. So let me show you how to get here. Cause you know how it's like over here on YouTube, you could click this thing, you could click this thing up here, and then you could click the 3 dots, right? That's why it took me
Yeah.
a minute to find it, because they got too many goddamn menus, right? I hope you following me. So if you
Yeah.
click on the 3 dots, right, and click on the name of your whatever it is, and then come to manage your Google account.
So you click on the icon of who you are.
Yeah,
Signed
so
in
you click
as.
on the 3 dots, right? And then you click on the icon, right? And then you got to come over to manage your
Oh,
Google account.
aha. Okay,
You see
manage your
why it took
Google.
me 10 minutes to find this joint, right? And so once you go there, right, you'll come to something that look like this.
Now my screen actually has the thing on it now. So hold on. So just tell me what it is, because I have my password, devices, password manager, my activity, email, and on the left column, personal info, security, and
Right.
sign in.
That's what you want, right? Good. And
Which
let the
one do I
record
want though?
show I don't have no troll accounts. These is my only 2 accounts. my,
So
my my personal and my YouTube. So come over here to what was it? I think it's people and sharing.
okay, people and sharing, and
And then you got
then
blocked. And I got another 57 people blocked over here. Most of them being
so
Stefan,
oh, I
right?
have no block users.
Oh, you don't. Okay, so I don't know. Well, let's look at mine to see if you on there then, okay?
Wow, you took blocking to a whole nother level.
Well, I get more
Yeah,
hate than you do.
Jake Equality. Wow, look at this. She got Bill Clinton blocked and Hillary. Jennifer T. Wow.
Most of these are Stefan. So see, I
Bucky.
don't have you blocked nowhere, right?
Nah, that's a mystery. I wonder. No, even if you subbed and unsubbed, I don't think it makes a difference because it's internal.
Yeah, and it's not that I'm not subbed. We blocked me being subbed or unsubbed wouldn't block us, right?
Nah, I'll
So
look
I just
more. I'm
want
gonna
to probe.
solve that
It's you
mystery
two
now.
keeping us apart, right? I ain't did nothing.
Yeah, I really want to know. It's got to be something, because even if you report somebody, it just sends them to the block list. It doesn't. I thought about that. I said, well, if you report somebody, does it just they
Oh,
get them
that's
out
a
your
good thought.
face?
Yeah.
But no, it sends them to the block. Well, I don't know about report, but I do know if you hit hide this user. So I'm not sure. It's something to investigate, and it'll be an answer. I'll sort it out because I like mystery. So
Okay,
technical
well, I
stuff.
just
So
wanted to take this opportunity right quick. So yeah, I'm looking. I gotta tell you, I really don't feel like going to Thanksgiving today. I really don't feel like all the socializing. Thanksgiving is like an intense day, you know.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to the food though, and my God, the cake plate with these people. The cake plate. Um, the cake plate is what sustains through the rest of the week. You know what I mean? I don't even eat cake today because I can't process the cakes after all that food.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure. I just got a date with the treadmill because I already know what the doctor said. So she was like, nah, you can eat what you want on that day. Just, make sure you do a little workout, whatever. Because I was like, man, it's a lot of carbs on Thanksgiving. You
I
know
don't
what
know
I mean?
what little workout is gonna make up for all these thousands of calories,
Yeah,
but I feel you.
I guess if I stay on the treadmill after dinner to the next morning, I guess, or something, I don't know what she talking about, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I said, nah, I got to take this one day, because
Well,
I
it is
was all up.
always good to go for a walk on Thanksgiving. They be doing that sometimes. I might encourage that.
Somebody said that the day before Thanksgiving there's more marijuana sales than any other day of the year because you got that cousin walk at Thanksgiving. The cousin walk, y'all go outside
Yeah,
to
they be
smoke.
smoking over there. They do. They be in the garage though.
Yeah, so oh,
The
traditional weed
garage
smoking
is
from
like
the
where we
garage.
segregate the ghetto of the family. They be in there playing spades and drinking and smoking weed and shit. I stay away from the ghetto. You too
Wow.
old to having dinner already, girl. I ain't going over there till 4.
Yeah, so damn. Yeah, some people do early. They do the early thing, which I'm good for it too. I would have been good. It would have been a nice lunch. And then I could have had more time in the day because, like I said, due to time constraints, I didn't get the day after off. I think it's a crime. But hey,
Well, I'm
look,
sure it is people over there, but they be having like coffee and chilling and stuff early. The food ain't getting served till 4, and that's when I'm showing up.
yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's 4:00, and
What
I'm
else
just
did I
in it.
want to tell you? I feel like I had something funny to tell you, but I can't remember now that I'm up here. I'm gonna hop down and remember, but
Yeah, I was on Binary this morning. I don't know if you caught that.
I don't watch Binary. He a predator.
I
But
feel
what happened?
no, I just it was just I was in the chat. Some things came up, so I just wanted to go up on the panel and clarify my text, because you know how it is when you type in, sometimes the meaning get misconstrued. And I went up there and I knew
Yeah,
it was like
absolutely.
countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, here they go. And then I'm up there in the back, not a back and forth, but the usual. I'm not going to go into if you happen to, I know you don't watch it, but if you happen to rewind it, you'll see what I'm talking about. It was just the usual. That's why I said I had this live planned at some time this week or weekend. And I was just like, this would be a good time to go up and just talk about new directions and stuff and what I ain't gonna do. That's why I kind of dropped that comment talking about certain, the panel visits, because some panels are civilized, some panels can be hostile, some panels run themselves, and it's just like, I don't want to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a panel for me got to be moderated. It's like I talk, you talk. I talk, you talk.
Yeah,
Not
I just
I
can't
talk
take
and
the loud mouth shit. Yeah, the over
yeah.
talking is bad enough, but that screaming and hollering shit, I can't take it.
Yeah, it ain't no winners. So I'm just like, I can't do that. I can't carry all the way through 2026 with the you this and you this, yeah. I'm not doing that stupid shit no more. I can't. So it's like, I don't know. Like I said, some of us want to come on here, just have conversations. Some of us want to roast and go back and forth with it and laugh. And then it's a new day. We can get on to the next topic. It's so much going on.
Well, I'm still gonna bother P whenever I see him around.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna haunt P over my $200.
Yeah, and again, like I said, I say live and let live, because it the words was already getting misconstrued. Oh, you're saying this, and no, I'm not. I said exactly what I said. I ain't telling nobody. I started this live out with, I'm speaking for me. You know what I'm saying? So everybody else do what you want to do in the way you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I just said me
Beautiful
personally.
dragging you for crying.
Huh?
I thought that was my job.
Nah, she said heard you was over here crying. Oh, I think she's saying that sarcastically, like that might be the scuttle. The fact that I even turned the mic on and decided to go live at this time and reaffirm my position. Do you see how the dynamic works? It's like, okay, if I don't say nothing at all, then people will go live and just they'll make up narratives and lies. If I get into it with the person trying to assert my position, then it goes back and forth, then the filibustering, then the yelling, then the insults, then the well,
No, that's what he said. Beautiful. Somebody actually said that's what scuttlebutt mean. Yeah, he's saying somebody said that. Yeah.
If you didn't do anything wrong, you were there when they were doing stuff wrong, so you're still guilty, man. That's the dumb shit I'm saying I'm not doing anymore, right? So then if I go to my channel, right, you got the hate watchers, right? I'm over here literally talking about everybody, please keep doing what you're doing. I'm not trying to say this is some new sector and it's going to be memberships and it's dues $19 a month. None of that. I'm just saying personally, like, yo, I've been thinking the same thing everybody else do when they get on the microphone. Folks act like you can't get on your mic and express your ideas and opinions. Somehow it's got to be, I got to make it so it's in, I triggered you. I wasn't beefing with nobody.
Who was beefing with you? I feel you.
No, just the broad showed up after she got the phone call, showed up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got the bad signal went up like, oh my God, he's defending. He's defending.
Dude, her voice be so loud. It is so unbearable.
He's talking it. He's supporting the dude in the court case, which is like something I didn't even touch on. No, because what it was said, on the panel, it was like, the question was asked like, well, why aren't the Umar people talking about this court case on a daily basis? Stuff you talk about, how you always say people act like, because we don't give a F. And then it was like, the general consensus on the playbook says, well, because, people is cool with this individual, that's why they're not doing it. It's like, no, it's just not that. So I had to clarify, it's not about being cool. It's just not that damn interesting. Like, we're not invested. Okay, two things. We're not invested to the point, one, it's not that interesting, and two and three, the only reason why it generates so much attention is because people have an emotional investment as far as they've been insulted by this individual,
right?
They've been under the radar of this individual, or whatever retaliation. So therefore, they have to say nah, nah, boo boo.
Why are they so invested in controlling our emotions and reactions? Like, why can't you do you and we do us? Like, why are you worried about it? Like, who cares?
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
I want to talk about.
I said I had to speak for myself. I said I'm not interested in that. Like, it has nothing.
We was regularly talking about white collar crime in general, but what is it? Who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because I heard stuff like saying, oh, because, you got paid because of this. See, here's the thing. Even I'm in violation right now, even making a reference to that, right? Because it's like it fuels the monster. It feeds the monster more. It's like, see, they're defending.
Well, my thing is, I don't even care about feeding the monster because I don't watch them. Like, I literally don't care. Like, I was dancing around the other day showing my booty. I know they about to be like, that whore, her booty. First, we said it was fake because it looked so good. Now she proved it's real and it still look good. So we gonna say she desperate or like what? What the fuck do I care? You know what I'm saying? Say whatever you want to say. Who cares?
Yeah, at the end of the day, the premise is to inflict as much pain as possible. How dare you be confident? See, I said you gain weight, so you need to be fat and you need to be ashamed and you need to like go cause yourself bodily harm. Then I'll be satisfied. But if you dance around, then you're too confident and that's a threat.
Right. I'm pretty sure the line is gonna be desperate because they already gave away the ghost. They can't claim it ain't nice because they done already said it looks so good. They think it's fake. So what I was gonna say, yeah, fuck them. But the thing I don't get T.M.K. Let me cook because, like you said, it's still 2025. Let's get some shit out the way right quick. Let me come. Be a little toxic. I don't understand why they're celebrating the court case like they did something. These niggas watching somebody get beat by Master and acting like they holding the whip. Why? What did you do? You did nothing. You did nothing. How is this your victory? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like when Cocaine, when he took Ice Cube's chain after he knocked, caused him to fall asleep, and then Be Real was holding up the chain, and Mac 10 said, "What you holding it for? Ain't like you took it."
Right.
You know what I mean? It ain't like you did it. You know what I mean? You was beefing with Q, Cocaine, and what's his name had another he had another little beef, I guess over some money or something. And then he was like, so I see Ice Cube on La Brea. He said, I blocked him in. He said, I got in the car to talk to him, and then he fell asleep, and his Rolex fell in my hand. Then I woke him up. Then he fell back asleep, and his chain fell in my hand. And, I was dying laughing at that.
Well, even if they wanted to make fun of him for fucking himself up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got knocked the fuck out type of shit. But they is acting like they personally beat his ass. And I just, the delusion. It's wild. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. What do any of this have to do with you?
Yeah, well, you're only saying that because, and then there go the narrative. You're only saying because you wasn't saying that when such and such was under the same microscope. You wasn't saying, it's just like it. Okay,
yeah,
all right, y'all.
And it's like
you
either
win.
it's true or not. I remember when I was still going on Dusty's channel, and that old white racist bitch whose toes he be licking was talking about how all the immigrants be crossing the border. I'm oversimplifying it, but she was basically saying that like all the illegal immigrants is brown. Somebody had asked why they was all these immigrants that was on the news a couple of months ago look so similar and everything. And so, you know, like a typical mediocre white racist, she don't have no idea what she's talking about, but she feel like talking.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's because they all crossed the border from Mexico, and that's why they all look like that, because they all coming through Mexico. And I was like, you know, first of all, most illegal immigrants don't cross the physical border. They fly in and overstay their visas, which is a well-known fact to anybody that knows enough about this to even be having a casual conversation in public. And I was like, and secondly, the people that's on the news right now getting sent to that prison are not illegal immigrants. That's why everybody's mad. They was here on asylum. Yes. They was here legally, and they still getting deported, and they not getting sent home. They getting sent to a prison. That's why everybody's outraged. Number one, illegal immigrants don't mostly cross the border. Number two, they weren't illegal immigrants. And number three, they all look alike because they all got the same country of origin, which is Argentina, not Mexico. Right. Yep. And I ain't trying to get into it with her. I'm just like, this is a racist, like, this is so racist to just be like, all them damn Mexicans. Like, bitch, that is not, everything you just said is fucking wrong.
I always ask the question, how do the Mexicans affect you? Like, what, they took your job as a 7-Eleven cashier? I mean, what's going on? Like, what are they doing?
No, that's a myth. They do lower wages. They do.
No, I mean, how do they affect her personally? Because the whole thing is, when they use it to fuel the hate, they say that, you know, they say, oh, they're taking this from you, like making it more personal.
Yeah, they take jobs from Black people, period. They actually do. So this particular phony professor, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're right. Unless they putting out shitty rap albums, lying about having Grammys as well. I don't know how they affecting her. You know what I'm saying? Except for spreading their brownness all over her Fox News.
Yeah, see, I'm different. I'm like you. I look at, well, what about the northern border where they coming in, the visas? Why isn't ICE beating up? Why you don't see ICE rounding up groups of Russians or groups of people from China as the thing? Now, of course, you had that plant down in the Hyundai Georgia plant where they sent the Korean nationals out and which basically harmed the economy, by the way.
Yeah, them Koreans said, bye, bitch. And now we losing out millions of dollars a year. Yeah.
That's because of one Karen on a phone call. That and they didn't even come there to get the Koreans.
It wasn't the funny Karen, it was the governor. A person could call all they want. You know what I'm saying? It's the decision was made to follow through with that shit. And I mean, I don't give a fuck about them. Fuck them anyway. Respectfully, I don't really care about no anti-Black immigrants. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. But it sure ain't working out good for the governor.
Nope. The whole industry. And the thing is, when ICE showed up, they didn't even have interpreters to speak Korean because they didn't know. They were just like, oh, Korean people. You know, it's like, no, we weren't supposed to get them. You know, and that was that. So
they had old girl mentality. They came with a bunch of Mexicans, and they was like, they're not even Spanish. They was like, you speak Mexican?
Damn.
Yeah, but now my point is, when I corrected her with solid facts, her whole thing was, you just saying that because you don't like me. And it's like, even if that was true, you still wrong. What difference do it make why I'm saying it? What is you talking about?
That's the thing. You won't be able to have an intellectual conversation or even a civil one. That's my whole point going forward is like, like how when I talk to you, you school me, you fill in the blanks. I'm fascinated with that because I said, oh, well, see, it's not affecting them personally, even though I was talking about the white racist people. But you clarified. You said, oh, no, but they do this. See, I learned something. I didn't push back. I didn't
And
insult
vice
you,
versa.
call you
Yeah,
names,
yeah.
start Googling it so I can just quote Google and try to offset what you're saying. I said, wow, that's an interesting fact. And I filed it away to say, I need to look more into that later.
Yeah, I'm
I
about to
need
say
to,
you
I need
shouldn't
to,
take it as fact until you do verify it, though. Yeah, you ain't got to give me that.
but,
Fuck me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
but
I'm
it
not
made
offended by the Googling, but go ahead. Yeah.
because those construction jobs, I mean, those some good jobs if you can get one, you know what I
Well,
mean?
like I
So
told you before, it's the construction, it's the hotel management, it's the meat packing, it's the furniture building. See, they play in our intelligence, acting like it's only agriculture and
strawberries.
construction, right? But if you look into it, they take a lot of jobs from Black people. And even what you saw with them Koreans, you telling me niggas don't want to build cars? Like, what is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What the
Yeah.
fuck is you talking about? So I refuse to cape for anybody who don't cape for Black people. And these immigrants, in some ways, I root for them. I definitely don't think they should be getting rounded up and sent to foreign prisons. But this whole they take the jobs Americans don't want, bitch, that's a fucking lie. It's always been a lie. That's some propaganda. Like, I don't mind helping nobody out, but once you start talking to me like I'm dumb, I can't really root for you no more because now you playing in my face.
Yeah, and now, like I said, I mean, it was all, they was voting for that fool that's in there now.
Exactly.
I will vote for Donald Trump. All of that.
They be so
Yep.
desperate to identify as white that they vote anti-Black. So I'm not gonna cape for you. I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
Yep. And the woman singing the song, her husband, they drug him out of here back to Cuba. So
it's a lot of
it's
them.
like the FAFO. It's the FAFO. Y'all, and now it's like, oh, we see what you Black American. No, don't see now. Don't see now.
It's like they so used to Black people and Black women in particular caping for everybody but ourselves. They was getting on the nerves, kicking us in our ass, getting on the internet, kicking us in our ass. Like, Black bitches, where y'all at? You supposed to be out here fighting for us. Like, Chinese people, it was more than a couple of different immigrants. Like, where are all these dumbass Black women that stick up for everybody but themselves? Where they at? The one called us lazy and shit. Like, damn, we be playing ourselves. Like, god damn.
Where was y'all in the 50s and 60s?
What's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish, T.M.K?
Side.
Don't say Stargate. Just playing.
Cranberry. Rim shot.
Oh yeah, the homemade cranberry sauce is kicking.
Yep. As a side, when you said side, I started thinking about like sides, like in a restaurant. But yeah, that because that's the only time I ever see it.
Yeah.
The stuffing, of course, which isn't technically a side, but
no, that is my favorite. How it's not a side?
Yeah. Well, it is.
And what you mean stuffing? You be putting y'all dressing inside the meat? Ew.
Inside the turkey. So
y'all do that?
It's made and then it's put in there and then it's baked in at the end. I think that's how she do it. I don't know. Don't ask me. I just be in there when it show up.
Okay. I mean, it be inside the meat when you eat it. It be in the meat. I don't know nobody that does that. That's Black.
No, I don't. Don't ask me the process. I know it's made,
like and then it's talking out of turn on your wife. I don't believe your wife.
No, it's not her. It's mom's.
I definitely don't believe your mom is putting the dressing inside the bird. That's white people shit.
Is it? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. It just be good, and I show up.
Well, number one, we eat entirely too much dressing.
So
eating a little couple of cups of it outside the bird, but that should be mushy and nasty. Yeah.
The carbs. I'm still laughing at that beautiful. Heard you was over here crying. That is so funny.
Well, I thought she was over here crying.
Huh?
Yeah, beautiful said stuff in the turkey is wrong. I thought she meant T.M.K was crying. Me? Everything I say get called. Even when I be cussing people out, they be like, there she go crying. Like, whatever.
It was probably me crying. I don't know. Like, it's hard to say. Like, you never know. But see, that's the whole thing. It's no matter what you say, it's going to be wrong. Unless you say what they want you to say in the way they want you to say it.
I personally feel kind of liberated by my new title as sector villain. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm into it now.
Yeah,
and you're right. No matter what I say is gonna get characterized or this or that, and it's just like, fuck it. All right.
Yeah. So the songs will continue to come.
Garbage. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Now I was saying the songs will continue to come. Hopefully, I can come up with some new ideas of things to do. that's what's happening moving forward in these commentaries. Or we could talk about whether stuffing the turkey is wrong or having it stovetop on top of the stove. So that'll be our next debate.
Well, first of all, it's not from the stove top or in the bird. It's out the oven. You tripping. You know you get the pleasure of watching football while the women cook, because everything you just said is crazy. Not stovetop stuffing.
All
Oh,
right.
Lord.
So hey, beautiful. I understood what you meant. You were making a reference. I know it wasn't from you personally. Yeah, I'm sorry if it sounded like that.
Your
No, I knew.
family stuffs the turkey? Oh, you meant that they do. You was asking me. They do?
So her family stuff. I thought that was how it's done. This is the first.
What?
Yeah, you put the stuffing in it and you bake it with inside the
white,
turkey.
ew, that is so gross. What
White,
state
is
are
it?
you from, beautiful? Oh, that is so wrong. I can't
Is it
believe.
really?
What state are you from, T.M.K? You from Philly, right?
No, I live in Maryland. I was a day old when I was this old when I
No,
found that
that
out.
is so
That's why they call it
wrong.
stuffing. Ain't that why it's
That's
called
why white
stuffing?
people call it stuffing and black people eat dressing.
Oh, really? Oh, I gotta
Yeah,
look
when
at the
you
Black
said
Handbook.
stuffing, I was already getting suspicious, because what black
She
people
said
eat stuffing? Like,
suspicious.
ew, stuffing is so gross. It take the moisture out the bird, then your bird be dry and the stuffing be mushy. That is not. What is
Is that what it is?
y'all doing? What? Oh my God, you too beautiful. What state are you from, beautiful? I can't believe that.
Beautiful, you from Vermont?
Dude, I done lived so many places. I ain't never seen no black people stuff they bird. I done had Thanksgiving in Philly, outside of Philly, in Georgia, and Chicago, and Ohio. I ain't never seen no nigga stuff no stuffing in no bird.
I want to know what
That
the
is
people down south say.
outrageous. Don't it be
I
mushy?
want.
Don't it make your turkey dry? Don't your turkey be dry?
I don't know. Hey, turkey
Oh,
got
y'all
gravy
are
on it.
dead wrong. I'm gonna have to send y'all some recipes. What is y'all doing?
She said recipe.
How do y'all stuff and get that the fluffiness of the not too mushiness of it all? It's supposed to be like a delicious cornbread with some. Oh my God,
And sausage in it,
y'all
right?
be eating mushy ass
No, it's got
stuffing.
sauce. The stuffing got sausage in it.
It's fine if you want to put sausage in it, but it's supposed to be out the oven so it's not mushy.
Well,
Oh my God. And then your turkey be dry.
are you sure you're not the only one that eat the stuffing house?
No, I know for a fact
at a
black people
poll.
all over the world be, not every black person clearly, because y'all definitely black. I'm not gonna take your blackness from you, but your dressing, not stuffing, is supposed to be over to the side in one of them disposable aluminum pans where you catch the dressing from the turkey and with the cornbread. And I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't never made no dressing. When I volunteered to try to learn, my mother disrespected me. You know what I'm saying? Told me I was not basically grown enough to even think about it because I don't have no fucking kids. Like, basically disrespected me and laughed me out the kitchen in front of everybody. Like, she thinks she could make dressing, y'all. It was very embarrassing.
Wow.
Because apparently dressing is not easy to make. No, dressing is like a big deal. My mother don't always disrespect me like that, but the thought that I thought I could make some dressing got me clowned in front of everybody. So they make a pan also. Okay. Then don't the pan would taste dramatically better than the mush that come out the bird, and don't it make your bird dry? I can't believe y'all is out here putting stuffing in a turkey like a white person.
I'm gonna find out today. I'm gonna taste the pan and I'm gonna taste the one from inside.
I never even heard black people talk about stuffing. It's
but
dressing.
I won't dare say that out loud.
It's supposed to be composed of cornbread, the drippings from the bird, and some type of magic that my mother think I'm not grown enough to. Celery and shit. I don't know what going there. But it go.
We have
Talk to him, my brother. Talk to him.
The heat miser.
Well, this nigga don't eat nothing but bacon and butter, so I don't know what he's about to add to the conversation.
Bacon and butter. That's all right. You're gonna be like me in the hospital last week. Ain't no more bacon, ain't no more butter.
Ain't nothing wrong with bacon and animal fat is good for you. Stop it.
So to stuff or not to stuff?
I've never had a stuffed turkey. I just
exactly blasphemy.
All right.
I mean, I don't know etiquette. I'm just a shower upper eater kind of person.
Put some ones in the chat, y'all, if you had to stuff it in the turkey, and 2 if you have it out of the turkey. I don't know. I ain't know it was a thing. I'm just greedy.
So do you eat like a normal human on the holiday, brother?
Yeah, I'll have a little bit of sweets or something like that, you know.
Okay.
Not a lot, but I'll have a little something. Yeah, yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you having a funny diet is a heartbreaker because I know, a sister just want to make you a plate. You know what I'm saying? Just
listen, that's been problematic over the years. Where
I know it has, right? A big old man, a sister just want to start putting shit on a plate. You know what I'm saying? Then you like, I don't eat that. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's usually problematic to people's parents more than it is to them.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It is.
But listen though, if I go to your house and you got all the meats and I load up my plate with all meat, you know what I'm saying? You'd be quite happy with how much I eat.
No, it's not. A woman want to make a plate for a man. She don't want to just feed a man meat.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, trust me, I give it to you how you want it. Don't get me wrong, but
that's the most important thing right there.
But the womanly part of me want to put some vegetables on that plate and some bread. You know what I mean?
I eat vegetables though. I eat leafy greens. I eat broccoli, spinach, cauliflower.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. It's avocado. Like I eat. You know what I'm saying? I don't just eat meat like that.
Okay, I'll adjust my fantasy.
Whoa, talk about it. Is it too early? Oh.
I'll catch up with you later.
Bombay, yeah, I didn't sign up for this bullshit.
Okay,
no, sorry. I did sign up. Actually, I did. I often look around this place and wonder why more men aren't dating the young ladies around here, and I wonder.
It's the sector, right?
They'd rather fight. They'd rather scratch her eyes out than take her out. You know? I'd just be like, ugh.
I don't know what you're talking. Hey, do you know that the football game is on Tubi?
What?
Wow.
The Green Bay Packers playing. It's on Tubi.
They done stepped
up.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really know the world is changing when you hear something like that. Like it's no telling what the landscape is going to look like 10 years out, 20 years out. Like not Tubi.
Yeah. And Tubi's owned by Fox anyway, right?
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So that's interesting in itself.
That's what Roland Martin was squawking about, talking about, and you guys got your content over there and Fox owns it. Hey, look, man, Tubi is a get. Okay, then you start a platform.
All those horrific movies
are
being put out by Fox? Wow.
She said horrific. Come on, they amateur producers. Like you know what though? Somebody said, the guy was talking about Tubi movies, and he said, look, man, they low budget. So he said, try to look at it for the script. So when I look at them, even though they're comedy gold, I look at it.
This is what I'm talking about. I don't have a problem with low budget. A lot of those movies are like kids, dads molesting their kid. Like it's a lot of sick, demonic shit in those movies, man.
So they got a lot of regular movies on there. Though. They have a lot of regular stuff on there. Like I'm looking at it now. You got like. I'm saying
I guess I only see the ones people make fun of. I don't really watch TV but it'd be a lot of like incest and like molest, like it's like So I'm glad to hear it's not all that, but I was just like, what type of demonic shit? Like
that's just what people post. People gonna tend to post the.
Well, it still seems like they have a lot of that shit, even if people are cherry picking it out. But I'm glad it's not all incest all the time.
I'm looking at Spider-Man, Titanic. They got Everybody Hates Chris, Stomp the Yard. They got a bunch of regular.
I'm surprised they would even put that type of stuff on the same network as that. Like
But they have the categories. They got TV. They got Tubi Kids. They got all kind of stuff there. So they got different categories.
Tubi Kids on the incest channel.
I saw this one. I gotta find the name of the movie. This one lady. She produced, I saluted her for producing the movie, but she literally has herself having sex in every scene. And it was crazy. I'm like, come on, sister, you gotta like write some extra lines in the script. My wife was like, oh no, not again.
It's all so sexual. Like, I'm a stripper hoe, and we want to. It's all so gross. Like,
it's way more stuff on
doing
there.
it with the panties on. We be laughing. We be like, why she got like she be having the panties on the bra? I'm like, what is y'all doing? Like they be playing humping or something. Like, yo, come on, just turn the lights down or something, or get under the cover. Like we trip when we see them with the effects that they be using. It's like, yo, that is so unrealistic. Like, just switch it up, turn the lights down. I understand you're using a handheld, you ain't got all the angles, but some of the one or two of them I found were very well put together for the budget it was. Sometimes you'll get a good storyline, like the mystery ones, like who's the killer type deal, and it come to find out his brother, he was in the attic and he was like, you know, he had a mental disorder, we ain't know it was him, and you know, sometimes you'll get a good one every so often.
I actually prefer that we did have more low budget movies. You know, I'm one of the haters of the Marvel comic blockbuster thing. I think it's destroyed cinema. So I'm all for the plot driven lower budget movie. I don't like all that demonic shit all the time. So if they got more than that going on, I'm not gonna lie and tell you I'm gonna start watching Tubi, but I'll just say it's good to know. It's good to know.
Nah, there was a movie. It was actually produced by Marcus Houston, I want to say. He was in it, I think.
Okay.
But it had like Omarion and no, was it Omarion? But it was a real good movie. Let me see if I can find it, because it was about this kid who was a boxer. His father used to be a good boxer and it wasn't in his life. His father gets back in his life, blah, blah, blah. But it was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm with that. Yeah, I'm with that.
And it was good. It was on Tubi.
And I don't even mind the stripper hole movie, but stripper hole network. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying?
It's way more. It's
okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, maybe it started off. I don't even know how it started off, but it's way more stuff.
Just why is the black person the face of all this demonic shit? First, Tyler Perry. Why ain't no white stripper hole movies over there? Why is all black people with all this weird? I'm sleeping with my daddy shit. Dude, they got more I'm sleeping with my daddy ass movies than like it's. You know, it's. You know how the Jews got the Anti-Defamation League? We really need one of them.
Yeah, no, you know, it's always open field.
Playing with our image. That's crazy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I protest. It's like, and I'll say, Tyler, you know, it's kind of like it's always black professionals, oversexed, nobody's married, and it's very flat plots, and it's one dimensional.
His hatred of black women is so explicit. I mean, I'm proud to say I've never watched a Tyler Perry movie, and I never will. But just from the trailers, it's just such a. I mean, you know, like my dad said, none of us can understand how church people latched onto that. But the most offensive part to me is that caricature Medea. Nobody's grandmother acts like that.
No,
like,
I was more so talking about his series.
Like, black grandmothers don't cuss, they don't fight. Like, none of that shit is even close. It's not even. It's who is this nigga in his dress? Like, nobody's grandmother acts like that. It's ridiculous.
Boy, when the Boondocks did that episode, he called TBS. He said, I will pull all my shows off the network. Y'all show that episode again. That one where the Boondocks sued him.
Yeah, the truth hurts.
I'm also talking about his series because unfortunately, you know, sometimes I'm in a household where one of his series are on and it's just like it's the same writing. It's like all these long dramatic pauses, and it makes me it makes my ears bleed because I'm like, yo, can you please? I understand you want to be a machine. Can you please get some more writers like to kind of give this a little more depth? Like it's the same thing over and over, and then it's like it'll take one scene will stretch across 4 episodes. I'm like, bro, you're really milking this thing. Can you just get some help, man? It's okay, like, you know. But after a while, I think, you know, we're all going to become desensitized to that. The same old. We're waking up. Like I said, in 40 years, there wasn't a hip hop song in the top 40. That we had that glitch going on, and it's just like I said, it's going to come back. To where you can't just take like an art form and just beat it to death. I was more so talking about the hip hop, to the point where it's just like I'm gonna get on the mic and not say nothing now, you know, and it's just gonna keep flying. I'm gonna keep on, you know, the female MC, she got to be the prostitute. I just can't have it no other way, and it's gonna create an underground movement where we'll be able to go to clubs and see some of the original stuff, you know, or whatever. And again, no diss to the youngins. I always say to the new generation, hey, look, man, make y'all music, man. Forget these industries and what they telling you to do. Make your own music, or at least have some of it that you want to do for yourself. I understand you want to get paid, but man, come on, man. How you the whole category fall out the top 40? Come on, bro.
You know, my dad said that rap is gone degenerate until it's to the point where they just burping and farting on the mic.
Hey, didn't Kanye do a whole poopity scoop?
Oh, he sure did. My dad said that shit like 10 years ago, though. But yeah, in fact, he sure did do it.
He did a whole verse just saying poopity scoop.
That's so true. My dad caught that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Poop.
When Snoop said they put him in the studio, they wanted him to sound like the Migos.
Yeah,
they want to go look at the he said, man, I ain't doing that shit. And then somebody took that and sampled it and put it over a trap beat.
Yeah, made it a hit.
Yeah. So, but Meg Thee Stallion put a song out and got back in the top 40 though. So it was like, but it was just that little space right there. You know, y'all dropped it. So, I try to find.
I love me some Meg Thee Stallion, but great rapper, not really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like to look at her, man. I like to look at her.
So beautiful.
Oh, my bad.
Pause while everybody thinks about Meg Thee Stallion, right? Like,
you know what I love? You know what I love about Meg? When she was on Saturday Night,
about Meg, but what you love about
I bet you do. Oh my God. Here we go. This is a Christian show. No, so when Meg was on, when she hosted Saturday Night Live, and she's really talented at like comedic acting and sketch comedy. Natural. She's a natural.
Yeah, her videos are really funny. Like her comedy.
Even Lizzo.
Yeah,
doing it.
I don't even think I ever heard Meg Thee Stallion talk. I just be looking at her and turn the volume down and just watch her move around.
She sounds sexy too when she talks. Yeah. She's like the Black Marilyn Monroe, but she ain't had all them surgeries.
Damn. Shout out to Marilyn.
So beautiful.
Shame what they did to that white woman. Damn, but we talked about Meg and everything just shut down. Yeah.
You gotta pause and just like think about her for like 30 seconds. Like, damn.
My kids are here. About that stuffing. So, do y'all put the marshmallows in the sweet potatoes or no? We don't have any marshmallows in the sweet potatoes.
I'm about to say, that's more white people shit.
I see it though. I go, what? Yeah, I've seen it.
So I saw one of those Black History Facts recently where you never can trust Black History Facts because people be lying. But apparently sweet potato pie was like the South's answer to pumpkin pie, and Black people used to eat pumpkin pie, not sweet potato pie. And to the extent to where pumpkin eater used to be an insult. And so they were saying there's some rhyme where it's like Peter pumpkin eater is like an anti-Black slur. Wow. I got to look into it, but I heard this on one of those Black history channels that like and I was like, really? Because I thought Black people like sweet potato pie, but you know how shit gets switched around, so I'm gonna have to look into it. But I heard that recently.
Wow, you just learned so many things here.
Well, alleged learn. I have to verify. I don't trust YouTube for shit.
You learned so many conspiracies here.
Right, basically, right? I have so many things to look up, right?
We're learning in 2026, folks. We're learning.
Here's a question. What's your favorite type of pie? I'll go first. I like pecan pie. That's my favorite.
Lemon meringue for me.
Is I don't know. I don't really got a pie.
Yeah, I'm not big on pie. That's why I like pecan pie because it's not so sweet, you know.
Could I just do could I do peach cobbler?
That counts.
Cobbler's next.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you said it counts? Okay, we'll go with Dr. Bombay.
I guess it could be. It does have crust. I mean, I guess.
Right, it does have crust. It does. Facts. And all I like is the crust. You could keep all that cobbled.
All that cobbled.
Meg the Mayor.
Talking about Meg, I changed it to Meg the Mayor. You know, I thought I was the only one to think about weird stuff like that.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah, because they kept saying, why do women come so stallions? That's a male horn. It's more, I think it's more so stallion. They're talking about the stature, like the boldness. I don't know where we got that from. I don't know.
I don't
you know,
care what she called
who
herself.
started the whole stallion thing. You know, that's a good one. Look that one up later, yo. Where did that slang come from?
All right, let me see. Why does
Sounds good. Well,
Because
it's
it
like
was
I
Rocky was an Italian stallion, so go ahead.
right. So why would a woman be that? That is a good question. Yeah. Why would you call a woman a stallion? Probably because niggas don't know nothing about no horses.
We used to call them Clydesdales though, because you know when a woman was thick,
Yeah.
and Clydesdales are can be female and male horses. So we would say I would say Clydesdales back in like late 80s, you know, like when I was trying to describe a herd of women that were thick. But
All right.
you know,
So
now that I found the Lord, you know, I
so
don't look at women in that way anymore, objectify them.
Right.
so this says, this is AI, of course, Google and all that. She calls herself stallion because it is a Southern slang term for a tall, curvaceous woman.
So that's the Southern thing. Okay. That's more contemporary though, right?
No, I heard niggas say thoroughbred. I ain't never heard no nigga call
Now
no woman
that
no
thoroughbred,
stallion.
yep.
She said when she was 15 and 16, older guys was calling her
Her uncles at the Thanksgiving thing was
yeah. So this
Ew.
might be a little creepy why she called herself
well,
stallion.
we
She is
know
hella tall though.
we know they all set up at the holiday functions. Everybody, never mind. That's a whole nother topic.
My uncles never did that to me. Ew.
Now I'm just saying, like these people in the family that the weirdos in the families, they always when people just sweep things under the rug and pretend like.
I mean, but why would I don't have no weirdos in my family and I've been thick. Ain't nobody in my family never said nothing like that to me. I mean, they would have got beat the fuck down, but
yeah.
You sound like Shaquem when he was like, being molested is part of the Black experience. Like,
no.
got a lot of problems, but I don't really know if I can co-sign that.
I've heard, I'm saying like, I've heard every, 1 out of 4 women I would ever talk to in life always told me they had an experience. And I used to always ask like, well, how are these people just running around these families? Like, and then and nothing is done. Like I said, that's a whole nother topic. And then you're forced to sit there
uncles. I don't really
look at this individual.
I got a lot of uncles, dude. My dad had 8 sisters. That's just on one side. My uncles is not perverse, and most of my uncles is marriage related, not blood related. I ain't never had no uncle say no weird shit about my booties or my titties or nothing like that whatsoever. My uncle's cool as fuck. So I'm just saying, like, respectfully, I don't really like people putting that uncle slander out there.
No, I'm just saying, just generally speaking. So you've never in your life, you've never had the experience where, and I don't want to go into that, where you were victimized in a way by this, pervert or this person or whatever, or
I've
what
been
have you. That's
sexually harassed, but never by nobody in my family.
That's a good thing. A lot, yeah. I've just heard so many stories where it's like these things in these families, and I'm just going, it used to really sadden me because I would meet women, they would just be like, oh, and then my mother's this and this, and I'm like, so what did she do? I would be, why didn't anything happen?
I'm not gonna hold you, like, even as a teacher, that is like, if it's gonna happen, it's mostly happening from the mother's boyfriend. And that's, like you said, I'm not gonna get real dark with it, but I think that type of stuff happen more often in families where it's more of a revolving door of uncles. Where it's like it might be like new men around all the time type of thing. And not exclusively, but all my aunties been married to the same men the whole time I known them. Like my family pretty solid or whatever. Not that it only happens there, but a lot of that loosey goosey shit, it'd be like, it'd be a lot of randos in their family all the time. But
also too, it's not, to Bombay's point, it's not something that's talked about. You may find these things out from somebody on the side, just in conversation when they get to know you, because that's the whole point. You might not know why so-and-so don't come to the function anymore. Everybody else might know, but as kids, we might not know why this person or why, certain people, like, I'm saying, oh, don't talk to him or stay away from so-and-so. So you might not know.
I mean, maybe I'm a fully grown woman though. Like, I know my family, and I would say too, like, I just don't like the uncle slander. I know what y'all saying, but
I'm not even saying this. It's uncles per se. I think
to be saying Megan Thee Stallion necessarily got harassed at her own family reunion. I don't know that that's fair. And I know you just exaggerating, but that's kind of, maybe I'm overdoing it. Maybe I'm doing too much. I feel you, T.M.K. Because I know you didn't mean all uncles. I'm probably being a little overly sensitive. My fault. It's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
No,
I'm
I was
like,
thinking about that. I was
thank
thinking
you.
about that. Plus, I was thinking about that Tyler Perry movie when he was like, "Ain't that Henry Lee daughter? That girl, reach in there and give me a cold one." Remember, they were sitting around. I think it was Tyler Perry's family reunion. But anyway, no, realistically in real life, you know, I've
Yeah.
heard these stories, and I'm just like, and people would always say, I think it's so cruel to make the victim sit at the table with their, you know, a violator, you know. And I used to wonder, like, well, why wasn't it called out more? Why wasn't it? And I could get into some personal stuff, you know, on the other side of the fan, but it's just like, why wasn't it called out more? Why wasn't there something done? Like, that used to just boggle my mind, and people would want to keep up images and not draw attention. And I just was like, yo, but what about the person that went through it? Because I keep hearing
Yeah, and
the
it
stories.
probably does. You know, I could just say for myself, I'm fortunate to have been surrounded by a bunch of men that weren't perverts. And it's probably might be atypical or whatever, but I think, well, so like my one best friend that that lives here, I'm spending Thanksgiving with her and my adopted family. That happened in her family, right? To her, right? Like, she did have that experience. But my other bestie that lives in New Orleans, like, that didn't happen to her. So yeah, it does happen. Like, out of my two best friends, it happened to one of them. So I guess that means that it you know, it's a thing. But I just want to say, I have a humongous like Black family, and like literally it's none of that.
Yeah.
And then, but mind you, my family is like oddly sober too. Like, I don't have no alcoholics and junkies in my family.
Yeah.
So we some weirdos anyway. I don't know how much that has to do with drug addiction and that type of stuff either. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd be in jail. I couldn't hear it. It would be no way. Like, I could hear, like, one of my kids was assaulted, and it's just like, oh, well, we can't embarrass the elder. No, hell no. Elder gonna have broke ribs. Something got to happen. Somebody got to get touched on. You know what I mean?
Well, and I could say, like I said, yeah, like I was a thick kid. Like, I started developing really early. And so being harassed by men or whatever and that weren't related to me, like, traumatized me, you know. To this day, I still deal with like the trauma of like street harassment. Like, it's stuck, you know, it's very traumatizing. But I'm very fortunate that like I had so many men around me who would never make me feel that way, even a little bit. Like, never happened.
That's good. That's good. And on the flip side of things, I did see a couple of, you know, my uncles and cousins hand out some ass whippings for disrespect of the women and mere disrespect. So I've seen the flip side of that, of protective males doing their job. It's just, every time I would meet somebody back in the day to date, they always had this story. And I'm just like, damn, how often is this happening? So I started looking around like, Jesus, must be, you know, a lot of this going on. And, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
But anyway,
you're right. You're not wrong. Yeah, you're right.
I'm being all morbid. So so everybody's let me see. You were talking about pies. So we didn't get to a brother. He said a peach cobbler, and you were going to ask about cobblers, I guess, next.
No, I mean, peach cobbler is the one, right? Like, I know I've heard of like fruit cobblers and stuff. I think that's more like a British thing. I don't know if many Americans eat anything but peach cobbler.
All right, well, I'll say
What
apple
you doing
pie.
in there, Ray?
I'll say apple pie.
Mom ain't done yet. Come on back.
Apple pie with some ice cream. I haven't had that in forever. Yeah, apple pie is very American, right?
Apple pie. I'll say apple pie then. And then go to the cobblers. And my cobbler's peach already.
Now, the Thanksgiving I'm going to, they have this big deal with like cakes. And I'm not a big cake fan. I'm not a big sweets fan. I like cookies, right? But I'm not big on most desserts, because most desserts are kind of trash, just taste like sweets. You know, they're too sweet for me. But Tamara and them, they make all of these cakes. They don't taste like sponge. Like, they're the most delicious cakes. And my favorite one they make every year is key lime cake, and it's so killer.
Oh,
it's so fucking good. So yeah,
I never had the cake. I like the key lime pie, but I never had the cake.
Oh, key lime cake is fucking amazing. And like I said, none of that, it's all from scratch. It's none of that spongy gross. It's like, it's cake.
Yeah.
It's fucking cake, you know. So I always pack like a plate full of cakes to eat over the next week with my coffee. Yeah.
Cheesecake.
Wow.
Cheesecake.
Oh yeah, cheesecake.
There you go.
Yeah, cheesecake is good.
That's the default.
Right, like that's in the category all by itself, right?
Yeah, you don't even think about when people talk about cake. I don't ever really hear people mention
What
cheese.
is like, is it even cake? Like, why do we even call it cake? What the fuck is cheesecake? It's
Is
like
cheese
custard.
pie? Is it a pie? It's kind of
Custard,
like
I
a
think.
pie, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
More research. Is it a cake? Is it a pie? Is it a
I'm pretty
mint,
sure it's
a
custard.
candy
but I'm-
mint, or a breath mint? No, I'm just
like no cheese and no cake in cheesecake. What about you, T.M.K? What's your favorite cake?
lemon again. I just
Lemon
got this
cake?
lemon thing I've always had.
Okay.
I don't know what. Yeah, I'm just lemon meringue, lemon cake.
Oh, then you would love this fucking lime cake, this key lime cake. I'm trying to tell you, it is so like I'm looking more forward to that cake. And like I said, I'm not gonna eat it until tomorrow.
Wow.
Oh,
Brother, next year we going down to Atlanta to get us some cake. We're gonna
man, I'm
show up at
trying
that
to tell
Thanksgiving
you.
again.
I'm glad I know how to make it. I only eat this shit once a year.
Yeah, I stay
It's a
away
damn
from that
cake to
stuff,
speak,
man.
but I'm telling you, it's cakes and then it's cakes. You know what I'm saying? Like that cake that you get at the office party is trash. Like I'm not eating no 500 calories just to taste sugar with no flavor, right? The key lime cake, it's a different experience. It's not just cake, speak. It's cake.
Wow. So I got to get ready to start getting ready for whatever it is I'm doing.
Yeah.
Any final words, y'all? I really enjoyed your conversations. Any
Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. I'm look forward to seeing what you got going on into the new year. I got some stuff that I'm working on, and we'll see how that translate. And hopefully y'all enjoy y'all day today.
Same. Shout out to T.M.K for the long Christmas prayer / lecture / benediction.
No doubt.
All right, happy holidays, y'all.
All right,
Happy
you
Thanksgiving.
too.
All right.
Y'all have some good ones. So, y'all, that leaves little old me here by myself. I want to thank you for coming out and listening. Didn't really have a lot planned. This one was kind of in the pocket. You know, you kind of scratch a note or idea. Hey, I want to talk about this. And then you turn the microphone on, and then some things just start to happen. It takes a shape of its own. Some repetitious, some new, some not. But at the end of the day, it's all about, giving you guys something to listen to, which is I think we need more of. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, back to that being the change again. And so we must push on with the day, and got some projects to work on this weekend, personal stuff, for folks. Try to get a song in, maybe. I don't know. I guess if it's something to talk about in that aspect. But I want to thank my guests for coming through, man, and definitely helping push things forward and keeping that conversation going, which is what we're trying to do more of here. Shout out to everybody else across BlackTube that want to do what they want to do. At the end of the day, the final message is live and let live. I plan on living. I plan on letting other people live. Do what you got to do. Come on, no, there's no right or wrong. It's just what you want to do. I'm just saying. But some of us, we want to make a proclamation, make a little intro about what our plans are for the future. So I thank you, and I leave you with the words of peace and tranquility. Namaste.